Today. Today is about consistency. We are continuing with our class on consistency. Last week we started it and we talked about why we some of the factors that sabotage us, why we cannot be consistent. And today we are looking at the stages of consistency. Last week I mentioned it several times and I said today we're going to look at it. You identify the stage you are. We are not just going to talk about the stages of consistency. We are also going to talk about how you can move from that stage to the next stage, the stage you want to be. Now, this class is usually supposed to start by 12 noon. Apologies, I actually had started. I don't know what happened. If you joined me when I started, I don't know what happened. I was told I scheduled it. I didn't schedule it. So I had to go back and start all over again. So I'm going to look for the previous video and delete it. So today we're talking about consistency. And we know the power of consistency. Like last week, we were able to establish the fact that, see, very many things we call luck when people make success and we say, oh, this person is just lucky. We were able to establish that very many times it is not just luck. It is a habit they have built, a pattern they have built, and they have consistently showed up in that particular habit of theirs. And so you looking at it from the other side, you say, oh, this person is just lucky. You don't understand the grind that went into consistently. They have grinded consistently. You don't realize it. I don't know how many success stories you have actually dug out on yourself to research. When we talk about success, we are not just talking about financial success. We're talking about success in every aspect. How many people's success story have you researched? How many of them have you seen? You have researched, you will realize that, these people, their story of consistency is further proof that one of the greatest strategies of success is to be consistent. Now, this is visionary parental. This is the visionary parent with enemy or rebel. So we are talking about parenting. And one thing we have often established in the academy is that it is not just about parenting. It's not about teaching our children. We also model. Our children are watching us. I shared a quick story yesterday about my children and I on Facebook, and I said I was sharing that story to further reinforce my constant saying that whether you are teaching or not, your child is learning. Your child is constantly learning from you, whether you are intentionally teaching or not. So they are constantly learning from you. So when you see people recording success stories in certain areas, consistency is the superpower. Consistency is more powerful than that one-time luck very many people experience. Because even people, when they experience that one-time luck, if they did not have the skills prior to that one-time luck, if they have not built that skill, you realize that it is why you see people after one luck, they just go down from grace to grass all over again. Consistency, whether in your parenting, whether in your career, whether in your other relationship, your marriage, your just friendship and all of that, if you can show up consistently, if you can identify those little habits that will help you excel in that particular area, and you can show up consistently, you are going to get results. I want to give you a small task before we even start. Look at people around you. Look at people around you. People whose success story you admire. People whose success story you want to copy. Look at, again, not just about money. So look at people who have made success financially. You want to copy their success story, or rather, you admire their success stories. Look at people who are recording success in their parenting. Look at their success story. Look at people in marriage, in every other form. Look at their story. You are going to see consistency. You are going to see some things they have consistently done. Hey, repetition is the mother of learning. So consistency is how we achieve the success we want to achieve. So last week we talked about some of the things that sabotage us, and this week we are looking at the 4 stages of consistency. Remember I said it last week that this week we are looking at the stages of consistency. You can check it out. You can go and sit down and do your research. You are going to find different stages, but in my own research, and when I say research, I just don't mean going online to research. I research people. If you've read my book, Understanding Your Child, you will know that I am big on research. I understand the need to standardize your research. By that, I actually mean that I'm not researching people overseas for my people in where I am. So my research is such that it can work for you. So my statistics, I draw them from where I am, bearing in mind people that are supposed to consume my research work. I hope that makes sense to you. People that are supposed to consume my research. So from my research, I have come about 4 stages of consistency. Now, there is one particular stage you all admire. Oh, that is the stage it becomes automatic. That is the stage we see results. We all admire that. We want to be like that. And guess what? For very many times, people don't even come to tell us their processes. Even when they want to tell us their processes, they just summarize it. And so you feel okay. We feel, oh, these people, they are lucky, or they have something working for them. That's because we did not see how they went through those 4 stages. Now, if you don't go through the first 3 stages, the fourth stage that you admire, you see people, oh, this person is such a natural. This person is so good at it. This person was born like this. This person, if you don't go through the 3 stages, you will not be able to achieve that 4. And if those people do not tell you there are 3 stages behind the fourth stage, you will never know. You will just see the result, you will admire the result, you will envy the result, you will hope to get the result. So we are going to talk about the 4 stages, and you want to sit back and identify which of these stages are you. And then you are not just identifying the stage you are also learning how to move from that stage to the next stage, and of course to the last stage. My name is Enimi Orebo, and this is the Visionary Parent with Enimi Orebo. This is of course brought to you by the Visionary Parent Academy. Now, the Visionary Parent Academy is an academy where parents get empowered. God has given you a mission. Have you ever sat down to realize that it is not everybody that actually is a parent? It is not because you deserve better than those people that are not necessarily parents. It is because parenting is a part of your journey, of your mission, as God has given you that responsibility. One of the things you need to do is to get trained to be able to deliver effectively on that responsibility you have been given. It's an assignment you were given. We are given an assignment to raise the children that were given to you. For you to effectively carry out that assignment, you need to know how to, so that you are going to be able to carry out your assignment effectively. Now, it is what we do in the Visionary Parents Academy. We are a community of parents that we are acquiring knowledge on how to parent our children. We are not just acquiring knowledge, because I always say knowledge doesn't make the difference. Knowledge doesn't do the work. What does the work is skills. Now, we are not just acquiring knowledge, we are skilling up ourselves, learning how to apply the skills. We are building skills, we are building self-confidence, we are building our parenting confidence. It's a lot. So one of the things you want to do is you want to send us a message to ask us, how can you be part of this community? I tell you, the Visionary Parents Academy is a very vibrant community. It's a community where you get personalized responses, where you are not afraid to share your parenting struggles, your parenting vision, and all of that. And once you share them, you are always encouraged to share. When you share them, you get personalized responses. We have 4 coaches. Now imagine an academy that runs every single day of the week, but in the mornings and in the evenings. In the mornings, you get messages. Then in the evenings, we sit down, we look at the message you got in the morning, we look at what we are doing for the day, we look at how our day went, we look at the parenting decisions we are making, we look at the children we are even raising at the end of the day. I always say to people in the academy, once you put in the work, you are going to get the results. It is not negotiable. You are definitely going to get the results. So I want to encourage you to be part of this academy. For this year, we are closed, but for next year, we are already open. However, we have monthly challenges you can join. Every month, we have a challenge that you join us and you learn. You be part of us with the entire academy. You join the vibrant community. You read the books you are reading. You interact with us. And guess what? Next month, which is the third term long holiday, we are talking about nurturing independence in our children. It's not just saying it. We are actually we are going to do the work practically, because we have the self-led mentorship class, which we have children every holiday. We mentor them, we coach them, we let them understand that they are the drivers of their life. We have that running every holiday. Now, this holiday, while we are running that with children, you can have your child join us. For now, it's 15,000 naira. They are going to receive 12 classes. That's about 1,000 naira for a class. And they are going to have a lot of resources. They are going to be faced with, they are going to be taught by 6 coaches. So if we have 12 topics, 6 coaches, it simply means that they are going to have just one coach taking 2 topics. They are going to learn things like a lot of things. Before I came here, I was telling myself that when I knew about menstrual pad was, I think it was when I was in university. I never knew about it. I wasn't giving. I was telling myself that one of the things we are going to do in this self-leadership class is parents are going to have menstrual kits for their daughters. So we are going to compile a list of what you should put in the menstrual kit, teach them how to do it, how to properly welcome their daughters, and what to teach them and everything. Because we are not just going to be having only the self-leadership class for the children. We are also going to be having just a kind of hangout for parents at the end of the class, for parents even before and at the end of the class, so that we can carry parents along. So please, if you have a child within the ages of 8 to 17, send them into the self-led mentorship class. Just leave a message asking how you can register your child. I promise you that your child is going to have a wonderful experience. They are going to come back after the holiday. They are going to resume school, or after the holiday or after the class, they are going to be better. They are going to be better self-leaders. They are going to be better self-responsible. Okay, so we are still on consistency. 4 stages of consistency. That is what we are talking about today. Now remember, this channel has over 300 videos, master classes that you can actually learn from. So when we finish this class, please go over the channel and watch as many videos as you want. Every topic you can think of in parenting, we have covered here. So just go over the channel and begin to bless yourself, bless your parenting with the videos we have here, with the classes we have had so far. You can also subscribe. You should also subscribe, copy the link and share. Invite other parents, people you know. Tell them that there is a parenting community here that will actually transform their parenting experience. So do that, and thank you for that. Thank you in advance. And come back and also tell me thank you, because you are going to be super blessed. So we are talking about consistency. You know, one of the things very many people suffers, I also struggle with it, being consistent, being able. Sometimes we have ideas, we know what to do. I think last week I shared a post on Facebook that one of the problems we have, that is why I said knowledge doesn't make any difference. I mentioned that a while ago. I said knowledge doesn't make any difference. What makes your difference is the skills. You have the knowledge. Are you able to actually apply it? That is it. So I shared on Facebook, I said one of the problems we have is execution gap. A lot of people know what to do. Oh yes, we know what to do. I remember I was talking to someone one time, and she was telling me a lot of things, how to grow on social media, how to grow on Twitter, your Facebook. She was on and on talking about a lot of things. I told her, I said, but you are struggling. And she laughed and said, that is my problem. How to execute it, how to actually put this knowledge, what I know, into use. How to. That is my problem. And that is true with very many people. Very many of us, we know how to build wealth. Yes. When someone is talking, we already know what they want to say. We know the next step they want. We know what they want to say, everything. Someone can be talking and you are even finishing what they are saying for them. Why? Because you already know what they want to say. You've heard it over and over again. Now the question is, why are you not implementing it? Execution gap is one of the major issues we have. And one of the reasons we have execution gap is because we have not learned to be consistent. We have not learned to be consistent. So the first stage of consistency is the honeymoon stage. Yes, that is what very many of us get. We get motivated. We get the spark. Oh yes, this idea is beautiful. And the next thing in that We love the idea. We want to take it. We want to run with it. We want to make a difference. In parenting, someone will explain to you, or you go on social media, you read a post that says, oh, do not smack your child, do not flog your child. Here's what happens. Here's what happens when you flog your child. You say, oh, that is a very good idea. How come I never thought of it? It is true. No wonder my child is like this or like that. You just have that spark. The motivation is there. And for very many of us, we even go further to start. Just like you want to exercise. Someone has said, okay, I want to exercise now. I want to burn some belly fat. I want to burn some ear fat or some head fat. Or what you want to burn. You say, okay. You actually want to get it done. We go into it. We start. Intermittent fasting. We start. Today, we do the honeymoon phase. That is the phase we are highly motivated. After a while, we realize that we are no longer able to move on. We are no longer able to do it. That is because the honeymoon phase has died. Let me use the word of one of my mentors, Major Dokonkwo, because the honeymoon phase has died. So we are no longer able to sustain that energy, that initial energy. So for very many people, where they stop past is the honeymoon phase. And one of the reasons why you do not go beyond the honeymoon phase is that you just run with motivation. Yes, you have an idea. Yes, you are motivated. Yes, you feel that, okay, I need this change in my life. I need this change in my parenting. I need this change in my marriage. I need this change in my career. One of the things many people do is they do not sit down to cost that change. You don't sit down to cost that change. What will that change cost me? Because the truth is, when you say yes to something, you say no to another thing. That is how life works. For every wins, there's a fail. For every time you decide to start something, you are saying no to something that is already existing. So that what is the cost of you being able to sustain that yes you want to start or that no you want to start? Many people do not sit down to value it. We don't sit down to take the cost. So we are motivated and we are actually running. So after a while, motivation, it is why we keep having motivational speakers every now and then. We are still going to have them for a very long time because motivation doesn't do the work. Motivation doesn't get you past the first honeymoon stage. The same thing, I'm talking now, you are listening to me. If you do not move yourself past the first honeymoon stage, the first excitement, oh, this woman, she makes a lot of sense. Where have I been? How come I did not discover her? This is so good. It is true. What she's saying is true. If you don't move yourself past this, you will also just fade along with the motivation phase. So the first thing is people don't sit down to evaluate the cost of the new habits they want to go into. Let me explain what I mean. For example, you say, okay, I actually want to stop. I want to lose some weight. I want to start, maybe I want to start exercising. I'm using the common one. I want to start exercising. Remember that this class is not just all about parenting, no. Like in the Visionary Parent Academy, I say over and over again, we want to model a lifestyle to our children. We want to model success. We want to model resilience. We want to model integrity to our children. So we first have to create it in us because you cannot give what you don't have. So if you are not able to create it in us, we are not going to be able to give it. So this is why this particular month of consistency in the Visionary Parent Academy is not just all about parenting. Last week, we dealt with reparenting yourself. How to move from where we have been programmed to be to where we want to be. So this week is about how to be consistent in those things, those places, those areas we actually want to be, we want to develop on, how to be consistent. So back to what I was saying. I was saying that, for example, you say, okay, I want to exercise. I have to wake up early in the morning. People don't wake up to cause the fact that to evaluate the fact what it will cost them. If I want to exercise, it means I'll have to wake up early in the mornings every day. It simply means that I'll have to lose my sleep. So it simply means that if I am saying yes to exercise, I am saying no to sleep. Let me bring it to parenting. For very many parents, you say, oh, I want to stop yelling. I want to stop yelling. You don't sit down to evaluate what it will cost you to stop yelling. For example, you say, I want to stop yelling. And you know that your child will not respond until you yell, because over time you have programmed your child not to respond until you yell. So you have to understand that one of the earliest costs of you no longer yelling is resistance from your child, because your child wants to be sure, okay, is mommy serious now? Can I trust mommy? Is she still going to yell? I beg, is still going to yell? She's still going to yell. Let me still push her button. She's going to yell. You don't sit down to evaluate that. Now, because you do not sit down to evaluate that, when you come the first day, you say you don't yell, and your child obeys your honeymoon phase. By the time the third day, your child is not obeying, you are already giving up, because you have not put the reality into consideration. You have not sat down to evaluate the cost. No one builds a house without first evaluating the cost. The Holy Book tells us. So that is one of the very first things you want to do as a parent. If there's a habit you want to stop, you want to sit down and evaluate what it will cost you to start a new habit and what the old habit will cost you. First thing, in your honeymoon stage, understand that. If you have any habit you want to stop, you can share in the comment section and read it, and we'll look at the analysis together. Let's see what it will cost you, so that you can prepare your backup plan. Because consistency, for you to be consistent, is not just a walk in the park. It's not a walk in the park. It's serious work. It's strategy. It's willpower. It's a lot. So if you have any habit you feel, okay, I want to solve this particular habit, let's look at what it will cost you in the comment section. That's stage one. The stage one is the honeymoon stage. This is going to be easy. I am super excited. This will change my life, especially because you have listened to a podcast, or you have attended a seminar, or you have watched me on YouTube like this, or you have read a post, one of my posts on Facebook. You feel, oh my God, this is super easy. I can do it. I want to start. If you don't sit down to evaluate the cost of it, you are just going to run with the first emotions, and soon. Remember last week we talked about how the brain is always seeking new things. Dopamine. We are excited when we see new things. So the brain is always seeking new things. So when you have not sat down to evaluate your costs, your brain will quickly move on to the next thing. So the first thing is, this is going to be easy. I'm so excited. This will change my life. You are riding on emotional high. Your brain is coursing on dopamine and novelty. Something new is just happening. Like we talked about last week, it's something new. Your brain is excited. That is it. Once the excitement dies down, you're not able to keep going, because that excitement is what your brain wants. So it's what feeds your brain. The first one is the honeymoon stage. I've talked about that enough. Now, the next stage is the friction stage. I have 4 stages. I actually had them 3 before. I grouped them into 3. But no, when I was reviewing them, I said, no, I'm going to break them into 4. So I broke them into 4. We have the friction stage. Now, this is the stage where you face reality. This is the phase where your desire to be consistent gradually is becoming inconsistent. This is the phase you fight. This is the phase I said last week, you rely on willpower. This is the phase your motivation no longer works. This is the phase you want to give up already. At this phase, you're actually realizing the cost. Remember, in the first phase, you did not cost it. So you were just excited. You just went into it. So this particular phase is when you are now realizing the cost of it. So you are now realizing that you were not super prepared. You are now realizing that you need to push yourself. You need a lot of willpower to conquer. I watched a video of Christy pastor, is she pastor, evangelist, Reverend, God bless you, Reverend Christy Baturi. My son is at home on break and he just told me she's the Reverend, just corrected me. I should have known that. I watched a video of Reverend Christy Baturi. She talked about how a couple just got married and they broke up after 10 days. And according to her, it was because the man farted. And the man farted and the woman was like, why will you fart in the living room like this? It's smelling and all of that. And that was how they broke up. They just came back from honeymoon. Their honeymoon, it was all sweet and all of that. But now they entered the marriage and she was asking herself, she did not sit down to understand the person she was getting married to. She did not sit down to understand where the person was coming from. It is what we do very many times. We are excited about, I talked about our brains live on dopamine, excitement. After when the excitement wears out, they want to quickly move to another thing. It now takes our willpower for us to say, no, I am not moving to another thing. I am going to stay here. I'm going to see the end. It is why very many times we do things halfway. We are excited. We are inspired by people. We've learned a lot. We want to do them. At the end of the day, we are not able to go through. And we even make it worse when we constantly hop from one lesson to another. We are learning from a lot of people. We think we are helping ourselves. At the end of the day, we may not really be helping ourselves because you are moving. Your brain is seeking new things. You constantly move from person to person. Everybody has different ideas. At the end of the day, your brain is literally oscillating between this and this, not knowing what to do, not knowing where to start and all of that. They will remain on the spot for a very long time. It is why I always tell people to have inspiration. Have people that inspire you. And one of the things I do with people that inspire me, I'm constantly feeding from them. Why? Because if they inspire me and there's something I'm learning from them, I want to stay focused. I want to stay on that path so that the more I learn from them, the more I am inspired. Rather than go here, go there. This one inspires you. And you are not reinforcing that your brain seeking novelty. Your brain relying on dopamine. You are constantly reinforcing that. Okay. So we've talked about stage 1. We're not talking about stage 2. Stage 2 and stage 3, stage 2 is the most difficult part of the stages of consistency, because this stage is the friction stage. The stage now when you are literally, you have passed the motivation, the excitement, the honeymoon phase. This phase you want to, but you are being held back by now the cost of you being consistent. You are held back by your child talking back. You are held back by your child not obeying the first time. You are held back by the reality that your child is now testing your boundaries, because you don't sit down to realize that, when I want to be a calm parent, my child will definitely test my boundaries. So what do I do when they test my boundary? What do I do? They want to be sure. What do? I know that I always make threats. I do not want to make threats in my parenting again. I want my child to be able to trust me. So I want my A to be A. I want my B to be B. I don't want to make empty threats again. You just say it and you start. You do not cost it to realize that because I have always made threats, my child have come to take my threats as I'm serious. When I do not make threats, they will not think I'm serious. Okay, what do I now do so that even when I'm not making threats, they know I am serious? I told you to leave there a while ago, right? So you do not sit down to cost it. So at that stage, you are not facing friction, the real battle. Like I said last week, at this particular stage of friction, you need, number 1, your willpower. You need your willpower. Your willpower is that stubborn part of you. Is that part that is desperate. That part that must achieve it. At this point, you need to be the one to force yourself. I tell my teenagers in church that I can only teach you. I cannot enter inside you. If I could, I would. You need you. You need you. You need that stubborn part of you to rise up and say, this is what I want. And one way to awaken that willpower of yours is, 1, to have your strong why. You must know why you want to do this. You must know why you want to be calm in your parenting. You must know why you want to bond more with your children. You must know why. You must have a valid why. You must have a why that push you. You see young children, they just live their lives anyhow. While adults, we are more intentional. We are more intentional. We push ourselves more. Why? Because we have come to have a why. We have a why. We know what we want and we know why we want what we want. So, because of that, it is easier for us to push ourselves. You must have your why. It is why your parenting must anchor somewhere. Your career pursuit must anchor somewhere. Your spiritual life, your marriage life, there is a why. This is why we talk about vision. You cannot live your life without having a vision. You must have a vision in your parenting, have a vision in your career, have a vision. You must have a strong why. You realize that people who do not have a strong why, they are not able to go far. There must be a strong why. I was talking to someone recently and she was saying, my husband doesn't want me. My husband doesn't want me. That is because she has a why. So because her husband doesn't want her, she's not doing it. So if her husband was not in the picture, she would definitely realize that she will have to do things for herself and then she would do it. I have no one I'm waiting for is a very strong why. I have no one I'm waiting for is a very strong why. It is why a lot of people, they struggle. They even when it is hard, they go ahead because of that strong why. So the first one is you must have a strong why. That strong why will make you stubborn. That strong why will make you resilient. That strong why will build your willpower. Another one is, I've talked about this over and over again, you have accountability partners. I've talked about it. It is why you must have accountability partners. People who gets your back or who got your back, okay, how they say it in English language. People who understand, who also have visions of their own, who are purposeful, who know where they are going to. You know where you are going to. You work together. You must have accountability partners. Now, apart from, when we talk about accountability partners, I want to also share a teeny weeny secret with you. You must have people you are mentoring, people who are looking up to you. Look for them deliberately. Find people who are looking up to you. These people will push you. They will push you. People who are looking up to you. People you cannot afford to disappoint. Your children, your spouse, your people. Like one time in the Visionary Parent Academy, I was encouraging parents to adopt a school and begin to teach. Have people who are looking up to you. People you cannot afford to disappoint. Look for them. Find people who you are mentoring. Apart from people you are mentoring, people who you are accountable to. It will keep you going. You have talked to people about, oh, this is it, this is it, this is it, and they want to see you. They want you to show up like that. They trust you. They bank on you. People who will keep you going. So get people you can mentor. People within you, people who see you all the time. Not people who see you maybe on your social media space, maybe on your offline space. You know they are looking up to you. They have come to associate you with a particular thing, and you have talked about, oh, this is it. They will believe in you. So because of that, they are holding you accountable. Those people are your accountability partners too. You cannot afford to fail. You cannot afford to disappoint them. Get mentors, people you will mentor. Mentees, people you will mentor. It is very important because you are teaching them something and you must do it. Number 3, get a system in place. I talked about why it wears out quickly is because we do not know the cost. We don't sit down to cost the new thing we are going to learn. So put a system in place. That is where you cost it. After costing it, okay, this is what this new habit is going to cost me. You put a system in place, a system that runs, that automates itself, that runs. In your home, you have a structure. In this channel, we already have talked about structure over and over again. You want to go to the structure channel, you want to go to the structure video and learn from it. You also want to follow me on Facebook and learn a lot because we will have a lot going on Facebook. So have a structure, create a structure for yourself, for that thing you want to do. We're reading the book this month, Atomic Habits. It talks about structure a great deal. So if you have not started reading it as a visionary parent, I don't know what you are waiting for. Go and start reading it. So have a system that tracks what you do, A system that reminds you what you need to do. When we talk about system, we talk about practical system, things you put in place. I've talked about alarm. They are very helpful. I've talked about, if you're in the Visionary Parent Academy, we shouldn't be repeating this again. We already know it. Okay. A system, we talked about a system. Okay, number 4 thing I have here is willpower. And I've talked about willpower over and over again. Willpower. You are the one that will push yourself. Very many times we give excuses. You are the one that will choose to leave that excuse. You are the one that will push it for yourself. Nobody will push it for you. You are the one that will realize that the tiny habits every day, they sum up to shape who you are going to be. You are the one that will realize what you need to be consistent about. And did I say it easy? No, I did not say easy. It is not easy today. It will not be easy tomorrow. It will never be easy, but you can. So you can push yourself. That willpower, when your motivation fails, you need that willpower, that determination. It is why I said you must have a strong why. That your strong why will push you. You must have accountability partners. And when we talk about accountability partners, I said you must have people you are mentoring and people you know that they are kind of mentoring you too. So you are looking up to them. You are afraid that I don't want to disappoint this person. No, I don't want to disappoint this person. People you are accountable to. People who hold you in high esteem. People who will say, I didn't expect this from you. I'm disappointed at you. People who will say, if my mentor can do this, I can also do this. You know that their lives are tied to you. So you must have those people. You must also, yes, you must have those people and people you are mentoring. They are looking up to you. They are watching you. They are judging you. So you cannot afford to do anyhow because you know that there is someone who you are almost accountable for their life, for their behavior, for how they show up or how they do not show up. So you cannot afford to just do anyhow. You must have those people. I've talked about it because this friction stage, after the honeymoon stage, this is the stage where you tell yourself, why am I even doing this thing? I beg, who will help? I beg, it's exaggerated. I beg, it's too stressful. I beg, everybody will turn out okay at the end of the day. I beg you, go and see this person. They are not doing all these things I'm doing. They are getting all the result they want to get. I beg, it's just the grace of God. I beg, nothing works. There's nothing like consistency. It's the grace of God. I beg, who God has blessed, no one can curse. That is the stage. That is the stage. You are fighting with yourself. You keep having conversations with yourself that you do not want to have. The stage you keep doubting yourself. You keep double guessing what you actually want to do, what you plan to do, even your goals sef. The stage you tell yourself, I beg, if I don't achieve this thing, what is there? I beg, if children let them turn out anyhow they want to like. I'm living my life. I'm securing my future. I have my pension. I'm not relying on any of them. Anyhow they like, let them turn out. I beg. Or the stage you say, they will turn out well. After all, our parents did this, she will turn that way. I beg, nothing is happening. Let me rest, Joe. This thing is exaggerated. I beg, this woman said that she doesn't even do all this thing she's talking about. She's lying. She doesn't even do it. This is the stage that you have these battles, these conversations in your head. The stage you need your willpower. You need to be able to say, don't come to my head speaking this language. The friction stage. I really do not want to do this today. Maybe I can skip just this ones. The reality is, this is the most important phase. Motivation has left the building and raw willpower is the only fuel keeping you moving forward. You must manually force yourself through the mental resistance. You must force yourself. You need rigid boundaries. You need I think I talked about the miss twice rules. You don't miss twice. Yes, because sometimes the truth of the matter is when you are fighting yourself, you may see yourself relax. For example, you want to read a book. You will see yourself, okay, today, I don't have the strength to read. I'm tired, Or maybe you tell yourself, I want to stop yelling and smacking. You will see the days that your emotions will be all over the place. You will smack or you will yell. The miss twice rule says, do not miss twice. If you made a mistake the first time, or if you make a mistake the first time, what you want to do is to repair that mistake and not allow yourself to sink in it. This is where you need grace, self-grace. You need to understand yourself. Forgive yourself. After forgiving yourself, Do not repeat that mistake twice. That's number 2. Number 3 is the conscious competence stage. This is the stage I call the confidence stage. At this stage, if you are able to pass the friction stage, the next stage is you realize that you may still have a bit of struggle, but because that stage you have been able to do it, that confidence you have built over time will now be your driving force. So by all means, try to pass that friction phase. Pass the friction phase. If you're able to pass the friction phase, the next, if you realize that you are confident, you will feel, oh, you know it all. You will feel, oh, you have the experience. You will feel, oh, you have fought all the wars that there are to fight about that particular habit you are trying to build. This phase is you now become confident. You want to show off all the time. You want people to see it. That's the confidence stage, the competence stage. Because if you do not pass the honeymoon stage is the stage that you see 80% of people. That stage of excitement, that stage of, hey, I want it. Oh, this looks so good, I want it. That is the honeymoon phase. If you can pass that honeymoon phase, you can train your brain beyond seeking novelty, beyond the honeymoon phase. You will see yourself in the friction phase. That friction phase is the battle, the tug of war. If you can pass the friction phase, which is the tug of war, you become confident naturally. You will require you still require push, but a little push. So you become natural, you become confident. You realize that you are better. You will not need all the effort, all the initial effort you used to have. You will not need all the initial effort. Then you just become confident, but you will still need that effort. You will still need your accountability partners. You will still need to push yourself. Because if you get to that confidence stage and you relax, you may not be able to go further. So you still need to push yourself. You still need to set your alarm. You still need to wake up. You still need to rebuke those negative thoughts coming to your head all of the time. Yes. In that confidence stage, some of the things you can actually do is also to get a mentor. To get people who you are mentoring. In that phase, you are teaching what you know. You are teaching what you know. Now, the more you teach, the more you are confident, the more you know, and the more you apply. In that phase, you need to grow yourself deliberately. Many of us, we are either in the friction phase or we are in the confidence phase. You need to grow yourself. So you need to keep listening. One thing I forgot to mention, that friction phase is where we need hacks. Sometimes you say, I just need a quick fix. I need how to get over it. I need something that will help me. So you move from that friction phase to the confidence phase. That confidence phase, the competence phase, is where when you now need to, like I said, get someone you can teach, someone that will look up to you. So that, because if you are not careful, you will see yourself going back. It has not become your second nature. You have not fully internalized it. You are getting there. You still need a lot of resources, a lot of work to do in yourself. You still need a lot of self-push, but not as much as you needed in the friction phase. The friction phase is like breaking the yoke. While the confidence phase is like, okay, walking freely but carefully. And the last phase is the destination phase. It is what we see every day. It is the result we see that we judge. It's the people we admire. It's the people we give excuses for. Oh, this person is like this, but this person is natural. This person is like this, but this person is natural. The person is not necessarily natural. The person has practiced over time, over and over time. So they've practiced so much that they are now used to it. It has become their second nature. When you see them, you see that thing. Just like we talk about Kate Tension. She's always Jimmy, she's fit and all of that. The Nigerian actress, Kate Tension. She's fit, she's doing... You don't know the stages she passed through. You don't know her honeymoon stage. You don't know her friction stage. You don't know her competence stage. Now we just see it. Oh, it comes easy. It comes easy to them. So it is because they have practiced over time. They have been consistent. We cannot achieve success without being consistent. We must learn habits consistently. So that natural state, it has become a second part of you. It has become your identity. It has become your identity. So you are no longer struggling. I watched a video a while ago of, I don't know if you know these people. The husband is blind. I think the Waziris also.
What will you celebrate at
The husband is visually impaired. I think they live in, is it Canada or UK? I'm not sure. But they live overseas. So the woman wanted to prank the husband because she's always pranking the husband, light pranks here and there. So they were taking a walk and she said, okay, honey, I just saw $500 on the floor. I want to pick it. And the first thing the husband said was, you saw it? Where did you see it? Should we pick it? Then the wife now said yes. Then the husband now said, no, we shouldn't pick it. We shouldn't pick it. It's for somebody. He was trying to explain why he should pick it, why they should pick it, or why they should not pick it. But the first response was, should we pick it? Which shows that he was actually interested in picking it. But he paused and thought it through, and he told his wife, we are not picking it. That's some good money. Even though we need money, somebody owns that money. Somebody may actually need that money for something that is more important than we need the money for. So we are not picking it. Here is the thing. You can see that he struggled, even though he eventually came and said, no, we are not picking it. The first one was, should we pick it? First impulse. That is it. So when you become natural, that your first impulse will be that habit you have learned. No yelling, no smacking, meeting my children happily, bonding, seeking to understand, not assuming. When you have practiced over time, when you have mastered it, it has become natural. That will be your first response. Your child comes to tell you something. Your first response will not be Africa parent reset. Your first question will not be, your first reaction will not be reset slap. Your first reaction with that new habit you have learned, that will be your first reaction. That will be your first reaction. But while you are still in the process of getting to that destination, you are going to do a lot of struggling. Like for the man, he struggled. He struggled with integrity. He struggled with integrity before he decided, okay, this is the right thing for us to do. Let us do it. So as a human being trying to build a new habit, you are going to struggle. Everyone struggles. Even the people you have seen that have over the time made a lot of success, they have a lot of success stories to their names. If you listen to them, they struggled, but they were consistent. They were able to show up the same way every single time. They built it. That is what we are doing this month, building consistency. And it requires your willpower, because motivation will fail. That initial excitement will fail. That spark, your brain will seek something new. Your dopamine, your brain will seek dopamine. That feel good hormones, they will come. You want something new. It will excite you. You want to give up. You need your willpower. You need your self-discipline. You need your strong willpower. That is when your stubbornness needs to come out. That is when your stubbornness needs to come out, because you have a goal. You have a habit you want to learn. You want to be a better parent. You want to be a better spouse. You want to be a better child of God. You want to be a better neighbor, a better sibling, a better child to your parents. You just want to be a better human being. Not because you were bad before, but because you want to grow. You want to be in a better place in your relationships. We're not talking about we are bad. After all, nobody is bad in his or her own eyes. We know that. But we want to just be in a higher place. We want to be a higher version, a better version of ourselves. So for you to do this, you need consistency. It is the secret of success. I personally have studied a lot of people. Do your research. Study people. Study people who are success stories you admire today. Studying them. You will see that they showed up consistently. In one tiny area they wanted to improve on, they showed up consistently. And it paid off. Like I said, that is the destination. Unfortunately, we do not see the struggles. We do not see the stages. You don't see the 3 stages I mentioned. The only thing you are seeing is the result. It is that result you admire. So let me ask you, what is that tiny habit you want to form? Put it in the comment section. What is that tiny growth you desire in your life? Put it in the comment section. Talk about your parenting. What is that growth you desire? Let's go to stage 1. The honeymoon stage. You have identified it. You are excited about it. What do you need to do to pass that honeymoon stage? Firstly, you need to cost it. You need to cost it. Understand the reality of it. You need to cost it. You need to understand the reality of it. You need to understand what it will cost you, what it's going to take from you. You need to do that. Put that into consideration. Factor that into that new motivation, that new excitement, that new thing your brain is seeking. Put that into consideration, what it will cost you. After that, move to the second stage, the friction stage. This particular stage, you are going to battle. You are going to battle with your goals. You are going to battle with yourself. You are going to look at yourself in the mirror, and yourself will tell you, I beg you are wasting your time. This is the stage your stubbornness needs to come out. This is the stage your willpower needs to come out. What are you going to do? Like we talked about, you are going to have partners, accountability partners. Someone higher than you, someone lower than you. Take advantage of someone lower than you. Take advantage of people lower than you, people who look up to you. Form a new habit, because you know that because people look up to you, people respect you a lot, you cannot afford to disappoint these people. You cannot afford to disappoint these people, because these particular people, they look up to you. Because these particular people, they said something about you. I remember some time ago when I just got married. So something happened in my husband's family, extended family though. Something happened, and one of my husband's siblings said something that, one of the cousin's wife did something, and the family wasn't very pleased about it. And one of my husband's sisters said that she was shocked that it was that woman that did that thing, because the kind of woman she is, or the place the woman is from, not the kind of woman she is, the place the woman is from, they expect they don't do that. But if it was me that was found guilty, she wouldn't have been surprised, because of the place I am from. And for the first time, brethren and sisters, I have never heard that my people, they were associated with such a misconduct. Guess what? It was a challenge for me. It was a challenge for me. You see, come rain, come shine, I'm not going to have any dealings with such a misconduct, because I am determined to prove you that you don't know no jack about my people. So why did I bring up this thing? I'm trying to say that if you have people who look up to you, who hold you in high regard, high respect, it is going to push you to be more consistent. So look for people that you want to constantly prove a point to, not as in competitively, because they are looking up to you. So I talked about that. I said, get accountability partners. I said, understand your strong why. Understand your strong why. It is when you don't have a strong why that you have excuses. You have a drum load of excuses. Because of this. You do not have a strong why. Get a strong why. So if anything you want to do, you still have excuses around it, you don't have a strong why. I said put system in place. Remember, in the honeymoon stage, I said it is because you did not cost it. Now put system in place. Put system in place. You know the cost now. You have evaluated it and you know the cost. Put system in place that takes care of the cost. That is the friction stage. Then this self-confidence stage, which is the competence stage. I also talked about what you can do. I said this stage, get people you can teach, because now you are more self-confident. So you want to learn more. You want to be more in what you are doing. Get people you can mentor. Get people you can teach. That will help you research more. And the more you research, also get people that inspire you. People that inspire you, your role models, and make it a habit to always listen to them. Now, the more you listen to them, the more you hear from them, the more you are gingered. And the last stage is the destination, the stage where we actually are going all along. That is your identity stage. That is the stage it becomes automatic. It becomes a second nature of yours. That is the stage you see in people we admire. We give excuses. Oh, this one can do this because this one is like this. This one is like this because this one is like this. I honestly hope that you took your notes down. One of the things I always tell you when you come here is have your notes. Write your notes and go back and read your notes. So let me ask you, which of these stages are you? Stage 1, honeymoon stage. Stage 2, friction stage. Stage 3, competence stage. Stage 4, automatic stage or identity stage. Which stage are you? Put it in the comment section. You can also put one thing you are going to start doing so that you can grow from where you are to the generally identity stage. Remember, this was brought to you by the Visionary Parents Academy. It's an academy where parents are empowered to raise the children they have with confidence, with skills, with knowledge, and also to become a better version of themselves, because they are better, they can raise better children or good children when they themselves have it in them. So in the Visionary Parents Academy, we have it in us. We learn how to have it in us so that we can also give it to our children. Also remember that the self-leadership class is coming up from 3rd of August. So they are going to have 12 sessions with 6 coaches. The children are going to be learning a lot, a great deal. They are going to be learning a lot. So what you want to do, send a message asking how you can register your child. Early bird is 15,000 naira, while late registration is 20,000 naira. Thank you so much for doing this with me today. See you next week. Bye-bye. And if you are not joining me on, if you are not following me on Facebook or social media platform, go and join me. I'm on LinkedIn as Enemy or Rebel. I'm on Facebook as Enemy or Rebel. I am on TikTok as Enemy or Rebel. Bye-bye.